There you go.
Oh, you kind of just gave that away because I was watching it. It's like, is he froze or no? So how are we, Dave?
You are?
Saying, how are you this evening?
Is it a Thursday night again?
It is. This is episode 20.
Sweet.
I
I need to give a big shout out though, Baz.
Sorry?
I'm going to hate doing this, but I need to give a big shout out to some person.
Go for it.
But do I have to though?
If you want to, aye. Don't have to.
Well, he's a part of the Baz team, so thank you, PK. For last week, you did a pretty good job in bits and pieces, and I hope you hadn't bought a load more Halo stuff, but that's all I can say.
I know, I was kind of thinking, I did have my whole Halo stuff to show off, but we kind of got a bit and draws into other things, so that kind of went doing the spout.
Yep.
But that the mech thing that John,
yes.
Now I'm on the hunt for one of those. I'm on the hunt for the Mantis.
I didn't know they existed, perfectly honest, until I caught the end of the show. I was like, okay, that's something I know I need, but don't want.
I did see a promo shot, but I wasn't too sure if they would actually make it or not.
Yeah.
But now that John showed me that, I need to get at least one or two.
So it's on your bucket list for the future then?
Yes.
Right.
I just don't know where I'm going to put it right enough, but I'll find space.
Hang it from the ceiling. I can still see wall behind you, Baz, so wall counts and ceiling counts.
Don't tempt me because I've been thinking about putting stuff on the ceiling if I have to. Somehow.
You know. I know you got a thing for a certain clown girl, so, you know, picture the clown girl up on the ceiling would be perfect for
you. Never thought of that.
Do you need somebody to send you some so you can put it up there?
Oh, that'd be a sight to wake up to in the morning.
Okay. Or the after hours dark panel we do. The kinky versions.
That's the after show.
Which after 9 o'clock, so there you go.
Not in every place. Some places it's still morning for some guys.
Yeah. Or afternoon, Mr. Tend.
You know,
you got a safe dude and a good day's work.
So we'll just get this road, the new anyway, Dave. Any new stuff?
I've got toys if that makes it different. We're only like 3 minutes in, mate. So, you know, it's, you know, we go half hour chatting and gobbledygook. Like,
well, I've got a few bits of what I've got to show off, so that'll probably take about half an hour to fucking show some stuff off anyway.
Okay, if I go quickly first then. I have, number one, hello, a Batman from Justice League, or the Batman versus Superman in a different colour. Plasticky cape, but, you know, quite nice.
Batman figures are actually not too bad. It would have been better if they gave you like a fabric cape instead of like that.
The second versions did. I think that's the first version. It's the plastic. A translucent Spider-Man. His head's like quite a clear plastic.
Oh, aye.
So I think he's a box set version or something. So he's a bit something different.
It looks like one of the. Came in, they done it. Is it the deep sea Spider-Mans?
Yeah. We're talking about deep sea Spider-Man, Baz. Deep sea Spider-Man. With his webbed feet. You know, doesn't need to
deep sea Venoms.
Yeah.
The one that's like he's got like Venom head for a hand kind of thing.
That's the one. Then you've got a 1984 classic, A Bite of Mice from Mars.
Modo. No, that's not Modo.
All that came out of a charity shop last week. Car boot behind was your best friend. I'm not going to show the bottom because he's like Slater Crumb would say, Sloan is junk. But, you know.
Did you ever get the arm to move, or is it still solid?
It's solid as rock, dude. But when you're only going to pose him probably like that, or, you know.
Yeah, if you had some in a like Lord of the Ring guys loose.
And then Star Wars Heroes, I finally found Leia. Their versions are like Barbie dolls. And
is that no Ray? I'm sure that's Ray.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I picked up a few of the little bits and pieces, but not toy related. So, but other than that, dude, that's me for the last couple of weeks, dude.
Just double see this crappy day as usual. Halo bot. Oh, I will start off with two things that me and my nephew found this afternoon after he finished school. So the first one is the big Heartbreak Kid.
Sure, Michael's HBK, not bad.
But these are his anyway, so but he gave me them so I could show off tonight.
One of these days he'll be on the channel, don't worry.
And then we got is it Kalito?
Carlito, cool, yeah.
So these are his. They're needing a good cleanie, so I'll try and get them sorted tomorrow for him. Right. Now you talking about a certain clown.
Clown.
So man, I done a video on these guys. Showed this guy off. But I'm gonna add one of these duckies to the Harley Quinn shelf.
Harley Duck.
Harley Duck.
At least you can have a quacky good time.
But as you can see, it's game again. And games went a bit mental recently.
Hey, Baz, just while we're on the subject of duckies and Harley Quinn, have you got a thing for Harley Quinn? Or have you got a thing for ducks? Or is it a bit of both?
No ducks.
100% ducks?
You've got to like Harley.
I don't know. I could say Howard the Duck, good rival her, you know.
It's actually thing because I've actually got Howard the Duck somewhere.
I know I've got him in a pop in a couple of figures, so yeah, I've got him.
And like a couple of weeks ago, I picked up a few of the Beast Ward guys, so I've now got Rit Trap.
Nice.
Still need to open these guys up. Oh, aye. And then
I like the little robot in that one. I'm tempted to get that one just for the robot, Bass.
That's the only reason I kind of got this, was just for the robot, just for the droid.
At least the card art's pretty decent.
It is. But it's kind of weird because it's like, no last week, but like 2 days before, like on Wednesday, went in, they were selling them for 12 quid, and then went back in like 2 days later to another game, and they were doing to $5.99. So it's kind of mental. Then talking about the duckies, I went and got the Fallout one, but it's the Nuka-Cola.
Fallout one. The Baz got a duck fetish.
Oh, these are actually. I didn't usually pick these kind of things up, but for 2 quid, I couldn't really say no.
Yeah, plus it's Fortnite, isn't it? So you can't go wrong, can you?
Oh, it's Fallout, so.
Yeah. Fortnite, still the same thing. Still the same game. Still a game.
I want to get the Street Fighter ones. So I want to get the Balanka because the Balanka one looks quite mental. And then I picked up Hercules.
Nice. Is it the Bill Spanish figure you're collecting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm only needing Ronan and Marvel's Nighthawk. But I know Ronan's going to be a bugger to.
Anyone in the chat, please help Baz out with a Ronan piece of leg.
And then I got Citizen V.
Is that his other leg?
That's his other leg. So I've got 4 figures. I'm only needing 2 now. I just need the arms just to finish them off.
At least you got the body and the head and 2 legs.
And then I don't know really why I picked these up, but I mean these are like knockoff Madballs.
They're pretty decent. They're cute, them, huh? Where are they from, Baz?
These are from One Below.
We ain't got one.
It's a new new pound shop that's opened up.
Yeah, I've heard of it, yeah.
Up here. Oh, and I'm not going to show these off, but I've got four of these as well. Home Bargains was selling these for, like, I think they were $3.99, and then they were reducing them down to £2. I think they're like, they've got slime and all that in them, but they come with like a little mini figure, but
Slime yourself? Okay.
I'll see what they're like when I finally open them up. If they're new, I might just take the mini figure and give the slime gimmick thing to my nephew. Then my sister can deal with that. I'll probably get crucified for it, but and kind of last a bit. I got the
Lego one.
Lego Wolverine. Aye.
Nice.
I've got the Thanos one, but when I see them cheap enough, I just pick them up, man.
Sometimes, but I even miss that sort of stuff in the shop. It's crazy.
And then, as you know, Dave, I've been picking these up every so often as well.
Yes, Walgreens exclusives.
I know, it's mental. It's like One Below selling these, but they're wanting they want £3 for them. B&M's has got them. They started selling the mini mates and that as well.
I probably need to start looking at them. So I don't want to start something new, but you know,
they're just. I do like the mini mates, man. They're not everybody's cup of tea. They're kind of just like big Lego figures, if you want to say that kind of thing. But no, I mean I've got quite a few now. Like it's mostly Marvel I've got, but man, you get different ones because the one I would really like to try and get, and that's the Battle Beasts. They've done a Battle Beast set as well. I run as well.
I know what it reminds me of. It's like back in the day, I used to get the rock bands, the biscuits and that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I know they did Predator, Alien figures of them figures, Limp Bizkit and rock bands and that sort of stuff. So,
is it Baz that you will be able to do a legit duck race? It's just like the Talisman. I think I've got a Tiny Tina as well for for Borderlands.
Yeah,
that was the first one I picked up. But when you see things on sale, it doesn't matter if it's something you collect. There's always a party is like, oh, just grab it. It's just like
one of the things you're thinking of other collectors out there, ain't you, as well? If you spot something, you might pick that one up. And
the Venom Burst things I got, it's like that's not a thing that I would really buy for myself. But when you see things in sale or reduced or in like B&M's or Home Bargains that you wouldn't normally pick up, if you see it for a good price, you're going to pick it up, kind of thing. It's like one of the guys in the Discord, Mark, he's after iGuy, and I keep checking all the game. Every week I go to game, maybe a couple of times a week, to see if another game will have them in. kind of thing. But for a tenner, you can't really, for 35 quid reduced to a tenner, you can't grumble.
No.
Kind of thing. And it was it was the next, it was on the Power Ranger list to pick up was that guy. So I'm kind of glad I got it for basically half the price of what it normally goes for.
Here's a quick question for you, Ben Bass. I thought of a question when you was thinking of that. We always keep mentioning it's like toy groups, toy chats, that sort of stuff. How would you say recommend getting into toy groups, that sort of stuff? I know Facebook's the easiest, but you've mentioned 3 times already tonight in the first 20 minutes Discord. I know a tiny bit about it, but how would you explain Discord to if you don't know much about Discord?
To me, Discord is just like Facebook kind of thing, but it's all kind of in
The
one.
group of friends in
It's just a group of friends. And
bubble chat, yeah.
It's kind of used for more for gamers, so they can communicate with their followers, kind of thing. Eh?
Yeah.
But anybody you could have your own Discord kind of thing. If you want to have a group of friends that you just want to DM in, you could just set up a Discord, and eventually you can invite more people in. But if you've got a group of friends that you just want to kind of chill out, it's a good way to do that kind of thing. Instead of using Facebook Messenger service or Instagram videos call kind of thing, you can just you can get folk to join it. Then maybe a couple of times a week you can just get them on and just have a chat. It's probably a good way because of the Kenobi kind of thing. You know, when a lot of folk didn't want to know spoilers if they've not seen certain episodes, then it's a good thing to the ones have already watched it, so go into that and talk about it kind of thing. See what your opinions are.
Yeah. So it's like a group chat for Facebook, but it's
it's hard to describe, but Chris would probably be the better person to explain it, or Billy would be the best person to explain it to you. But we do it every Friday. We go on every Friday and we just kind of catch up with each other. That's basically what it is. It's just a good way.
Yeah. Like sometimes it's like people always ask, it's like, how do you get toys, that sort of stuff. I know sometimes I personally hate asking anyone for anything. You know, even sometimes you ask for some person for a certain item, and literally they say, sorry, I didn't have a chance to. They just come out, oh, it's not over there already. It's, you know what I mean? There's no, it's all online or something else like that, you know.
It's like there's a guy in the Discord, and I'm trying to help him out, try to get Thunderbird stuff and Captain Scarlet stuff and Stingray. So I've got a few
stuff.
because it was stuff that he had as a kid.
Yeah.
He's got rid of it, and it's kind of that's a part of his childhood. So I've got a few Captain Scarlet figures that I don't want, so they're going to him. There's a few from and Thunderbird figures going to him as well. A couple of Captain Scarlet figures.
Yeah.
There's a couple of vehicles as well that are some of the die-cast vehicles that they've done.
It's like the catch-22, isn't it? If you don't ask, you don't get. If you don't, you know what I mean? If you do ask, it's the catch-22, isn't it?
Well, I was kind of talking about it, man. This was like last year. He was talking about the Thunderbird stuff, and it's like, just bear with me. He says I might have a few spares that you can have, kind of thing. And so I'm kind of building a little box up for him. The new once that's full, then that'll be getting sent out to him.
Yeah.
Because I think I've got like the Captain Scarlet, like his little car, like the red one. And then I've also got the battle vehicle?
Yeah.
Kind of like the big.
You have to like the original stuff, the Jerry Anderson original stuff, or the remakes from like Bandai and that sort of company.
I'm not actually too sure, but majority of the stuff that is basically the Matchbox stuff, like for the Matchbox. Yeah. I think I have got one Thunderbird figure. And I think it is a Hasbro one, but it's one of the bigger ones.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of got like the same design as the. what was that link ride? Came when they done the big Star Wars figures, like the goofy looking ones for like the kids. It wasn't the collector ones. No, it was like Galaxy Heroes, but it was like they're like in bigger scale.
Oh yeah, chunkies. Yeah,
I've got like a
action, Play School Action Heroes or something.
That's it. Play School.
Yeah.
Can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
So I've got like one of them, but I'm sure that's got Hasbro on it.
It's Hasbro or Bandai, yeah.
One of the two. So I mean, I managed to find one of them for me. So I mean, I tried my best, man. If anybody in the Discord's looking for a certain thing, and because they cry me bargain bars, I always seem to find all the good deals, kind of thing. But we know, we've talked through this before, is that you could go to B&M's up here, I could find stuff, and then I could say to you, Dave, that's got that, B&M's has got that in, and then you go and have a look in B&M's, and your B&M's don't have them, kind of thing.
Most of our B&M spars are literally the younger generation of kids, like the Peppa Pig, Scooby-Doo, Pops. Occasionally get wrestling figures. That's about it. It's
just like,
sometimes when you can walk past the shop, it's not worth even walking through the door.
I think you found something like at Christmas time there. I think it was a Ben 10 thing.
Yeah, that was Home Bargains, the Ben 10 6 play watches.
But I went to my Home Bargains to see if I can kind of pick one up. But our Home Bargains,
I think where I've told you in the past, I think Home Bargains started down south, down London, where B&M starts up in Scotland, if I can remember rightly. Because it's that way, you've getting first dibs, and basically Home Bargains gets first dibs down London. If they don't make it all the way to the top of the country, that's why it's. I think that's my logic of thinking of how it works.
I've noticed with certain folk like posting on Facebook and Instagram is that there was one guy, Ken Paul, he went and posted the Gorgon from Stranger Things. It's like B&M's has got them. And I was like, as soon as I seen the Gorgon, I mean, it's the big 8-inch one. As soon as I seen that getting posted, it's like I went to every B&M's, and it took me 2 weeks to took me nearly 2 weeks to find one.
It is actually one thing I'm still looking out for. If I find it at the right price, I might pick it up.
It's the same with the He-Man figures when they done the Vintage Edge He-Man and Skeletor and B&M's.
Yeah.
You guys got them in for Christmas. We didn't get them until after Christmas.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. It's a bit strange. It's the same company. You think once they know that they've got new stock coming in, you think they would just
do all the company like the shop.
But I know
with being like America Baz, where Hasbro's like Los Angeles and Mattel, they race it that way across to the other side to like Florida, like west to east, and that's where it takes a bit longer. That's where people in Los Angeles put the figures up there and then you take the risk of getting them, and that's it's, you know, a lot of people call it scalping and that sort of stuff, but it all depends how quick you want the figure.
See, I've kind of noticed up here with certain like local toy shops, they're now getting things in that I've never seen before. Like we have, I think you've got one, but I think it's in Blackpool and it's Toy Town.
There's one in Blackpool. I found one near me, but it's Mary Hill Shopping Centre, which you get thousands and thousands of people a day there. So to get anything, it's like you need to be on a toy gods.
I've noticed with them, especially, they're now getting a lot of collector things in.
Yeah.
Before it would just be your standard. If new toys come out, they would get them in. But I've noticed now they're getting more and more collectible stuff in, because that's where I found that Ghostbusters thing.
Yeah.
The Ghost Flusher, whatever it was cried. Now I've noticed they're doing like the Halo. They're doing the new Halo line that they've never done before. They've got like the new He-Man. They're doing the new He-Man, or the 3 new He-Man toy lines.
Yeah.
But I'm watching it at the minute. It's only He-Man and Skeletor for like Revelations and
Yeah.
And then, as we say with game used to only get if a game come out and they had a toy line with it, like with Halo, you would get the figures for the game. But
Yeah.
now they're doing Marvel Legends, they're doing Transformers, they're doing Star Wars, they're doing the Mortal Kombat stuff, they're doing the Warhammer, Pokemon. Man, they never used to do all that. 2 years ago, even before the pandemic, they never done as much as that. Now they're even doing all like the new Marvel Legends.
Yeah.
Because tomorrow, according to the game app, is that they're meant to have an Omega. What's the other? Echo, Hunter, and the other the Tech. And then there's got like the new Palpatine's meant to be coming out as well. And then then 2 weeks again, they've got new Marvel stuff coming out.
I'm quite glad now game is actually starting to be like GameStop in America. It's like everyone says when they come onto the channel, it's like, what are these shops like across the world? For example, our home bargains at B&M. The only place I can think in America is Oilers.
Ollie's.
Ollie's. Ollie's, Ollie's Oilers. TK Maxx is still the best place at Christmas, the best for us. They get one-offs.
Yeah, as well for TK Maxx, man. If you know when they're kind of putting their stock out, especially at Christmas time, man, TK Maxx shelves are full of stuff. And majority of the stuff that you get in is collector's stuff.
It's also bad where TK Maxx, they get like the one-offs at Christmas. We don't get in the UK. Same with America. I think they get like the UK, like a pallet full of UK stuff, and it's almost like a gold mine at Christmas.
I know, like the last couple of Christmases, man, like Home Bargains, B&M's, man, they used to get some amazing stuff in. And I know the last couple of years they've not really had a lot of good stuff in. So now that we're all kind of out the pandemic and we're all getting back to normal again, let's hopefully this year they're going to have some good stuff in.
Yeah.
But then again, you just have to kind of wait and see what they've got.
It's just part. Look, if you had a witch's broom or something, you could be a millionaire, couldn't you?
It's like talking about game is that now they've got the new the Marvel 4 line in.
Yeah, the Little Thunder.
One set, they've got about 3 or 4 sets. So you can easily pick up 2 or 3 4s. They've got 2 or 3 4s. They've got 2 or 3 Lady 4s. Groot's, the white guy, I can't remember what his name is.
Yeah.
And then you've got, is it Valkyrie? And I was quite surprised that, because usually game will only get a full set in.
Yeah.
So I was quite surprised that what they're getting in the new is like mental. Because I just found out the other night there is that the Star Wars mission fleet Razor Crest is reduced from $44.99 down to $12.99.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go on the hunt this weekend to see if I can find one. I know it's not the Razor Crest, the big one. I mean, if I had the money, I would have bought the Hasbro one, but they are kind of those mission fleet. They're designed for kids, but some of them are quite fun.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go and pick all I wouldn't go and get them all. There's certain characters that you kind of buy, but it's all down to what you prefer, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's all what you want.
You can pick up anything or everything.
That's the one you're on about, ain't you, Baz?
Aye. You don't know you don't want to keep going down rabbit holes, man.
No.
Before you can, you've got no space.
Yeah. The good thing with the mission fleet is that sort of stuff. At least it's small, compact little figures, that sort of stuff. If you're not a box collector, it comes down to like that amount of stuff in the box.
Aye.
You know, it's just, it is quite a unique way. But once again, do you want to start a new?
Well, it's like when you get what's his name? The wee guy, the one that comes with the I was about to say him in Dewback, but it's not a Dewback.
Oh, the little creature dude.
Aye, Krill.
Grill.
It's got his box is huge. It's the same size as the box that you just showed there, Dave, right? But the thing is, like, the monster's about that size. But the way they've designed it is that it comes in 3 pieces. So you've got to basically put the legs onto the body. And then they're wondering why they're wasting plastic and all that. And I says, well, no wonder you're keen as a big box like that for a little thing like that.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And that could easily have come in a smaller box.
Yeah, that's true.
But no, I think I'm not saying I'll be able to get one, because man, if they've been selling for $12.99, man, they folk will be picking not just one up, they'll be picking 2 or 3 of them up.
Yeah.
But
I'm not tempted, if you know what I mean. It's just, if
I could get one, then fair enough, I would get one. But if I can't get one, I'm not going to
go. What else do you spot when you're out there at the same time?
Well, that's the thing, is that I would love to try and finish off that Boulder figure Thanos, but
yes,
I'm not in a hurry to finish him off. I just, if I see the
figures at the right price, you'll pick him up, won't it?
But it's like, I think the one that's going to be the hardest one to get is the Ronin one.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, then I might have to end up just buying them off of eBay. But I didn't want to go down that road, because I know certain Boulder part figures are more than what they're worth.
Yeah.
Because I did actually try, because I've got the original Boulder Thanos, and I did take, you can unclip the arms on that, and I tried it on the body and that, but it doesn't look right.
Oh. At least they slightly changed the mould, and that's a good thing. Is that doing the same mould? I
mean, the arms fit in that, but it just kind of looks off, because the original one's a slightly darker skin colour compared to what, if you look at the head, it's more of a lighter blue. The original Thanos is like a darker colour, so it kind of doesn't look right.
Yeah, I know.
Another reason, because if you've seen the other figures for the line, is that's like the gold suit Thanos, and it has got gold like armor on the arms, so it kind of just looks
like Infinity got the Endgame version, not the Infinity one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Where he looks beef and butchy instead of like skinny and ratty.
It's still a good enough figure, but it's like the one that we're wanting. That one's got the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
As well. The one, I think the original one that came out, I don't think that come with an Infinity Gauntlet.
Crazy. Well, at least you're still getting the figures nowadays after, when he's born, was it 2 or 3 years now since the film?
Oh, aye. Well, I picked up, the first one I picked up was actually in that Toy Town.
Yeah.
But it's like with Toy Town's kind of weird, because when they get like Marvel Legends in, they don't technically get the wave. It's basically they're getting a box of the same figure.
Yeah. Solid cases, yeah. I've noticed that with companies.
Basically, it's like they must be getting like a box with like 20 of the exact same figures.
Yeah.
Still selling, because the one that they were selling is the living laser, and they've still got at least, my local one's still got about 20 on the shelf. And they were selling them for a tenner, and now they've got them down to $7.50. So they're trying to get rid of them now. It'd been good if they'd done the whole wave kind of thing. It'd be easy for folk to
pick
them up. But we know ourselves, it's companies are not getting stuff that they're. It's like with the He-Man and Skeletor. They've got the Revelations, and all they seem to have is He-Man, Skeletor, and then you've got the CGI.
Skeletors are now disappeared from down here and that sort of stuff.
And then you've got like the CGI one, the newer one that come out, and it's the same. It's just He-Man, Skeletor, He-Man, Skeletor. You go to one toy, because I've got two toy towns near me. One of them has only got He-Man and Skeletor in the origin line. The other one basically gets the new waves in, but you've got to be quick. If you're not quick enough, then it's basically left is He-Man and Skeletor.
Yeah. Well, at least it's something different. At least you're finding some place of finding toys out there. I know recently I've been watching a few of our friends in America do toy hunts, and some of them can't even find Marvel Legends now in Walmart's, Targets, or anything.
It's like the Entertainer, Dave. Man, the Entertainer used to be good.
Yeah.
For new stuff, but the Entertainer has really not got anything decent in for the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
I know we've been in the pandemic for 2 years. I can understand that, but even before going into the pandemic, they used to get Black Series in. They've not had Black Series in for ages.
I think with Entertainer Buzz, I think they half specialised now in clearance lines. So they get stuff in cheaper, knock it out cheaper and that sort of stuff. Or get 1 or 2 boxes in from certain companies.
See, the thing with it's the prices in Entertainer are weird as well.
Yeah.
Because they'll get something new in. Because they've done this before the pandemic. They got the new retro wrestling figures in.
Yeah.
They were selling them for
$4.99,
$4.99 or $5.99. But the minute they started selling them online, within a week they were up to $15.99. And I've noticed that when Entertainer, you could go in 1 week, and they say, for example, they had He-Man figures in. They were selling the He-Man figures for say £6. You go in the following week and they've put them up to fucking £18.
Yeah.
Because they've noticed is that they're selling at that price, let's put them up. But Entertainer's always been like that. It's like they have a introduction price to get folk interested. So you'll buy what you can, and then the following week you'll go and say, I'll get that next week, and you'll go in next week, and they're up to between 18 or 20 quid.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make sense sometimes when they do the prices.
Talking about that, Baz, I had a friend go to a convention quite recently, and I was standing in the queue for this certain actor. I can't remember who it was, but they started in the queue. They looked at the prices. It was like $20 an autograph, or 20 quid an autograph. But then when he went in the queue and almost got to the front, they put the prices up during the queue to like $30. And he's like, it's crazy.
Some of them do that.
Yeah.
Because it was a few years ago, man, I met from the new guy that does R2-D2, and there was a couple of there was one of them that done one of the Ewoks as well.
Yeah.
And he wanted 20 quid an autograph, or 40 quid for an autograph and a selfie kind of thing. The other lassie, she was doing autographs for 15 and her pictures for 10. So we had a chat with them kind of thing. I got one of the autographs done, and then we went and had a wee walk about, and it's like, right, I'm going to go back and get the other autograph, another picture done. But when we went back, she'd put her prices down. But she'd done me a deal because I had my nephew with me.
Yeah.
And then I was just wanting one. She goes, is the wee boy wanting one? I goes, oh, why no? And she'd done the two of them for 15 quid. Kind of thing.
Yeah, so, mind that sort of stuff. But yeah, when the prices put the prices up, it's ridiculous. You know.
I know that day, man, I was expecting it to be really, really busy, but I don't think they didn't really advertise it that well.
Yeah.
But folk were still getting autographs and that done. But she did have her prices up, and then she kind of realised it's like, no, I'm going to put. She ended up putting her prices down to get more stuff out. Because after we got our autographs done, and that there was a queue, but 10 minutes later there was a queue for just for her.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. It was mental.
I noticing like conventions, people go to certain lines, then they do the next one all in rows and all the way through it. That sort of stuff. So
because that one, it was actually meant to be, Warwick Davis was meant to be there as well, but something happened that he couldn't make it, and that was the only reason I was gone there, was just to meet him.
Well, technically, Warwick
apologised that he couldn't make it. There was
even when I come past you, Baz, like beginning of the year, that is Edinburgh Comic Con or the Aberdeen.
Mm-hmm.
Warwick Davis' two kids are supposed to be in there, but they said when he got there, he weren't there at all. Which I'm like,
See,
I would have met the guy and said,
him to cancel at short notice.
Yeah,
he always tries to do all the Comic Con, especially up here. That's where a lot of folk go. It's the same with the Ewan McGregor ones going to the Scottish Comic Con.
Yeah,
and getting tickets for that now, they're all sold out. I went to try and get a ticket last week for it, and they're all sold out. All his bookings, there's no space for getting autographs or pictures taken. For the Comic Con itself, they basically sold out within 40 hours.
Yeah.
And looking for accommodation for the 3 days, all the hotels are fully booked. It was mental, and that all happened within like 40 hours of him getting mentioned that he was gone.
It's the same with Bob the Goon and Fleischer's Crumb, especially Bob the Goon. He booked like the Hilton Hotel for Star Wars Celebration, but he booked it just before they announced the dates for the Star Wars. The dates got leaked before the Hilton knew about it, and literally the following day they tripled or doubled the prices. Ridiculous. I looked into both of these days. I looked into a couple of hotels at the time, but now I dread to think it's been a couple of weeks later how much the prices have gone up, or if they've sold out.
Well, I know the big. I can't remember the name of the hotel that's near where they're having the Scottish Comic Con, but they're usually £80 a night. But for that weekend, it's £160 a night.
Yeah. It's one thing I hate about hotels and that sort of stuff, when it's like Premier, isn't it? They say £35 a night. But if they know for a fact there's something on that weekend, they would triple it to 150 quid. Because people will pay it. They've got no choice.
It's the same with, there's a couple of like B&Bs near that Comic Con as well, and they're usually about between 35 to 40 quid a night, and they're charging about 60 or 70 quid for that weekend. Because they know that folk will be wanting to go there, they'll be wanting somewhere to stay.
Yeah.
I could travel, but if I was going, I could travel back and forward. It's just a lot of running about kind of thing, but I would rather book a hotel or a B&B.
Yeah. It's part of the experience, isn't it, Baz? You want to basically, if you're doing a Comic Con, you want the experience of fully that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only time I think I went to a convention myself selling it, but I even stopped till 11, 12 o'clock with all the guys. They said they were heading off to bed. I just ordered like a taxi home and then taxi in the morning, because I need to pick up a few bits, and that's how people work and roll.
I'll get to that Comic Con again at some point, man. It's just pity that they're sold out already. I mean, it's
not the Scotland Comic Con you're on about.
Yes. I was quite surprised that it sold out so quickly because, man, it's not.
The problem is, as soon as they announce any of the big mega guests or like Ewan McGregor right now, if like Scotland can't get down to London next year, you know what I mean? You want to get to the place. Hello, comedian.
Talk of the devil. He will appear.
Hello. Thanks again for last week, Mr. PK. Shout out for Mr. PK Arrow.
But they do that one like every 6 months. So I think the next one after that, I think it's February next year. So I'll definitely try and.
The problem is, guys, when you're talking to like Ewan McGregor, that sort of stuff, you can either take it, I think, two ways. You can either travel all the way down to London to the Star Wars celebration next year in April, risk to see if he's there, if he is at the price, and the tickets to get in the price there. To get to see him might be impossible because the amount of people go to the convention is unreal. Or if you say anywhere up and down the country, up to Scotland, you know it's going to be less than half the price for everything to get in. You know, I can understand why collectors and everything are going for it. I think the only crossing my fingers it doesn't happen if he cancels. I don't think he will.
I don't think he will because I think this is because of the Kenobi series. I think this is why he's kind of doing it.
Yeah.
He's trying to do like Scotland, England, Wales, Ireland.
He gives opportunity to all the four countries or four parts to meet him. But I said, if it was me out to Scotland or Star Wars Celebration to meet him, I would 99% go to Scotland. I've got more chance in Scotland meeting him than a Star Wars Celebration. You can't guarantee it.
It's like with the Scotland Comic Con, man. That's as a big con.
Yes.
Kind of thing. Sometimes they do get big names because 2 years ago there was Warwick Davis, they had Ray Park, they had Jean-Claude Van Damme, Picard was there. They had a couple of Star Trek from and the guy had done Worf, he was there as well.
Yeah.
When they do get some big names, the prices kind of differ for each one. It's like I think Van Damme, I think he was like 45 quid for an autograph and a picture. But like a lot of them, they don't provide pictures. You've got to buy the picture plus the autograph.
Yeah.
A lot of them, a lot of folk just have a book, their autograph book, and they just want autographs. But even for that, it's like 40 quid. I think Warwick Davis was like 30 quid, but I would pay the 30 quid to get an autograph off of him.
Yeah. Here's the thing for you then, on the same subject of what we've been talking about, Baz. If you spot something like, for example, in the world, a toy, but you know you're going to the country, would you go for it or would you take a risk?
Depends on what it was. For example, I know we've been talking about a certain toy line for the last.
I checked the date. Last year, it was the 2nd of August. It came out in the UK because I found a video dated 2nd of August. The figures are coming out. As for Mr. Peaky Arrow's comment at the beginning of the video, said, thanks for filling in for me for last week. You're still a comedian. I don't care. 100% comedian. You know, Baz will vote for me. You know. And, you know. Yeah. So basically, Baz, they came out 2nd of August last year, the figures.
Mm-hmm.
Would you wait, take the risk, or see what the toy gods like you?
If they got them in, I would take the risk and get them.
Yeah, 100%.
But then you've always got, if you're like me, you have to pray to the almighty toy lord.
Yes.
You've got to you have to sacrifice. You have to open boxes up, do a sacrifice. So
That's what you're doing. I says, I want the plastic. Oh, sorry.
as the day on the Free Men and the Monkey Lizard, is it either show off your haul or you sacrifice one of your boxed items? So you have to sacrifice to the toy god.
Yeah.
Or you don't get any bounty. That's probably
Talking
why
about bounties, you know. The bounties are quite nice, aren't they?
probably why I find
Bounty.
it good. Say because it's like Saturday morning is like you have your wee pray. Like, let me find some good shit today, please. It's like, well, on Saturdays, like, went to boot sale with my nephew, and we found a ton of them in Jurassic Park stuff.
Yeah.
Some new, some old, some other wee bits and pieces kind of thing. But
was that in your latest video as well, Baz, where you was like, well, the latest 2 videos, I'd say.
And one day I was bored yesterday, so
Yes, check out Baz's latest 2 videos, B&M pickups and his Jurassic Park and animal pickups, I should say.
I only taken the chance on the Saturday because man, Saturday was
Yeah.
was beautiful, man. That big orange thing in the sky was shining down on us. That never usually does up here.
I think the orange thing's supposed to be out all weekend, isn't it? So I might get myself a glass of orange juice and say, sorry, go all in. You know.
So I was quite surprised. But majority of the stuff that we got was off the one person.
Yeah.
And then I got one of the big, like the lanyard King Kong thing.
Yeah.
That was for my nephew. My nephew's like, I want that. And it's like, I'm sure you've already got it. But he was thinking that he never had it. And it wasn't until we went home, I just happened to go upstairs, looked in his cupboard, and it was on a shelf. I said, told you already had one. And it's like, oh, I didn't know.
You can find one at the right price. You can have 2 or 3 one you like, you know.
Oh, it's like,
it's like you said, you can come across 3 of these little ogies, you know, you'd be 100% go for it, wouldn't you?
It's a good thing with my nephew, man. It's like when he gets the blind boxes, it doesn't matter if he's got 5 of the same person. He'll quite happily sit there and play with them. Not like certain photos like, oh, I wanted the Hulk, but I've got this guy. Oh, I've went and got 2. They're the same. But with my nephew is a total different kettle of fish, man. It doesn't matter if he has 3 Hulks the same. He'll be quite happily, because he's got 3 of the big Titan Hulks and they're all the exact same Hulk.
Yeah.
He just keeps buying them. Every time we go to the charity shop, if he sees a Hulk, he buys it. I think he's got a collection of just Titan Hulks now.
They pointed when they got Grey Hulk, Red Hulk, when sometimes they don't release them as figures. You want to spice up your life, don't you? You know, it's different kettle of fish, isn't it?
It's like at the minute, man, he's really into Venom. He likes Venom. And, I mean, I've got a few Venom Marvel Legends, and he's determined to pinch one. So I managed to find him one of the Titan ones.
Yeah.
So now he's quite happy with that. But every time he comes in here, he looks to he looks to the shelf where all the Marvel stuff is, and it's like,
yeah,
and that big Venom you've got, and it's like, in no chance. And it's not the first time it's slightly disappeared off the shelf. And my sister's like, did you give him this? And it's like, well, what's he got now? And it's like, she showed it. Like, no, I didn't. And he goes in the huff, and then his mum gives me it back. But I will try.
At least he's learning from the god then, the toy god, but not the right one.
It's the same with my Lucifum and Black Series figures. It's not the first time Chewbacca's went missing.
Yeah.
And then eventually,
before you take a visual image in your room when you get there, when he's in there, you keep an eye on him. When he can't, he's like, 1 second, okay.
That was the first day. She's like, she went phone, goes, "Did you give him? Have you given him anything today?" And it's like, "No." She goes, "Well, I've just went and found this in his bag," and it's like a cheeky little monkey. But it's like with some of the Star Wars characters, like the Stormtroopers. He likes the Stormtroopers. He likes Chewbacca for some weird reason, and he likes Darth Vader. But I've started picking up Star Wars stuff for him to get him into the.
Yeah.
So he's a young Padawan, so he's learning. He's going to over. He's
play his drums then, and like getting the Chewbacca questions.
He's learning from the master, and I think the master will overtake the master very soon.
What, the Chewy master?
No, just the master.
Master. Not the Chew.
The force is strong in the little one. Trust me.
So he's a good Padawan learner then.
Now that he's getting slightly older, he kind of knows majority of the stuff that's in this room. He knows what it is. There is like now he's wanting He-Man, but he's wanting the one that's at the back here.
Yeah.
New one. And he's already told me he's wanting that for Christmas. And it's like, mate, I says, we've still got 6 months before Christmas. And he's already given me a list of stuff that he's wanting. He's wanting He-Man, he's wanting Skeletor. And the good thing that they've come out, because he was wanting like some of the vintage stuff that is, we know ourselves, it's hard to find at boot sales, blah, blah, blah. But now that they've done that kiddies He-Man show, it's a good way to get him into it. So he wants the tiger, and he wants the guy to go on top of the tiger. That's all he says.
Tiger.
And I says, "You want Battle Cat?" And he goes, "No, I want the tiger." And he goes, "Well, that's what his name is. He's Battle Cat."
Tiger. Baz, I want a tiger. Baz, can I be your nephew, please? Just imagine people in the chat saying, "Baz, can I be your nephew, please? Or can we be like best buddies if we got tigers?" You know, it's great.
Well, there's other things that I've got in here that he wants, but there's no way I'm going to find them unless I'm really lucky.
Oh, come on, Baz. Toy God's showing on Baz. Anytime he's looking for Baz.
It's a good thing because, especially like this guy, he's wanting one of these, but it's lucky enough I've got a spare one.
Yeah.
I really don't want to give him the spare one. I would rather try and see if I can find. But there is a guy at the booth that sell. It's still got these, so. But fortunately, he wasn't there at the weekend. His stall was shut. But we were there for the opening, so he maybe doesn't arrive until later on, kind of thing. We don't. But we were in and out within like 2 hours.
Yeah, I know.
But it's not meant to open until 9 o'clock. But I know I've got to know the owner, so he lets me in. He lets me in like half an hour early. So when we arrived there, he's like, "I just come in." He said, "I've got some new stuff if you want to have a look." And I was like, my nephew's eyes just kind of like lit up like a Christmas tree, and because like his stalls are like all the old stuff, like He-Man, the original Thundercats, you name it. But he's a bit pricey, but he usually does me deals of a buying off him. But when he's seen like all the old Thundercats, all the old He-Man figures, Star Wars, Robocop, he's got some of the old Robocop figures. His eyes just kind of lit up, and it's like, don't even think about asking for any of that.
Crazy.
He's got them all carded. He's got carded stuff as well, eh?
Right.
Man, he's not.
We're coming round to yours then, Baz. Okay, I'm going round to yours.
He's got a carded Lionel figure there. He wants 60 quid for
Original. That's not too bad.
But it's like, you see, I could put it on eBay and I could probably get more than that, but he says I'd rather just put 60 quid on it.
But honest, I've got a few people that our car boot comes up to walk around, and basically they buy stuff in cheap, put an extra quid on for themselves and sell it on again. But they turn the stuff over really quick. The problem is it sells that quick in the shop or marketplace. I always say to them, why don't you put an extra quid or 2 quid on the figure? Because you know you'll get it. It's ridiculous.
It's like the guy that I'm talking about, man. He's got about 2 or 3 full waves of Stargate figures.
Yes.
And he's selling them carded for a tenner.
The whole wave?
No, just for one figure. And it's probably the cheapest I've seen them.
Yeah.
Man, he has offered me 60 quid for a full set that I think is a good deal.
Is it 8?
And I'm tempted to kind of pick some of them up.
Thanks, Baz.
Man, he's even got Water. Is it Water World?
Yeah.
The movie. He's got like 3 or 4 of their figures as well, carded. He wants 15 quid each for them. And I'm fucking tempted. I'm tempted to pick one of them up. And it's like it's like his stall's not like technically like a boot sale stall. It's more like a collector stall,
Yeah.
He'll sell them for 15 quid, but if I buy it, he might give me it for 12.
Yeah.
I'll still take it for 12 quid, kind of thing. He always kind of knocks a couple of quid off.
It's one of the things you want to repeat customers. You're not going to do a special deal, so you keep rolling and rolling the new and old people in it. That's what you want to do. Keep the regular customers happy. That if his pitch is 20 quid a week or something, or you spend 10, 20 quid every week with him. You want to keep that person happy, so it keeps you ticking over. It's like you just mentioned something now. Going to another thing, which like I put in the thumbnail picture. It's like toys and future. We've always talked about Bazzo when he gets his special bonus at the end of the year. We only say a special bonus. He's like,
That's like 2 weeks before Christmas. I did hit my 10-year service.
Yeah.
You get a bonus payout kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's at the minute. I keep looking online. I see things. I keep adding things to the wish list. Wish list on this and that, and it's like before this money is going to be spent before I even have a chance to actually touch it.
Yeah, but it's one of the things. I think basically you need to, when you've got a certain thing, it's like the Holy Grails. Everyone talks about Holy Grails, bonuses, that sort of stuff. For me, Baz, it's been 4 years in the making. What I'm about to do, I'm about to thingamajig, and everyone's got their little red diary, and I've got my little red diary here.
That's not a diary. It's a
bit thick.
That's a Bible.
It's the Bible thickness, but it's my little red Bible. So
it's like for me, man. I've talked about this for months. Is like I'm hoping at the end of the year, I really want the Mega Constructs Castle Grayskull.
Yeah.
And I'm still planning, if everything goes to plan and what we think we're going to get, that's going to be the first purchase. And that's going to just be a project that's just going to be for me to just build at my leisure. Because
basically you say to everyone, don't talk to me for about a week. I'm going to be like, yeah.
Well, this thing, I think it's like 4,000 pieces, Dave.
Yeah.
So it's not a thing I'm going to be able to build in like 5 hours.
Is that when you get like the goosebumps and the shivers all the way across your arm, and it's like your tingling sensation when you watch a certain episode or clip?
That I've got it, and it says it's taken them at least 30 hours to build it. because it's not a thing you can sit doing in one
With
session.
something like that, Baz, would you get, say, a plastic case or a special acrylic case or something like you do for action figures, graded? Would you get something, a special case for it? So you, when you built it, you put it in, or would you be the Baz of all you know, play with it?
Okay, that'd be getting fucking played with. I don't care.
And then the plastic case when your nephew comes round so he doesn't touch it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that thing will have an alarm. There'll be an alarm system right around it. That'll have that'll have infrared. But there's also one of those. Is it the J? Is it J toys?
Oh,
Kind of mix.
Joy Toys.
Joy toys. I want one of those mix as well.
It's a Hong Kong company that does robots, but they're for like 3.5 inch figures, that sort of stuff. So,
G-force. But no, I think it was Super Awesome Geek John. I think he's got a couple, and now that I've seen them, and I know Amazon sells them, it's like, but they're like 200 quid a piece. But the ones that I've seen are, it kind of reminds me of them. Was it Echo Squad?
Yeah, Eco Squad. Yeah,
It was a cartoon that was out, and I think it was the early 90s. It kind of gives that vibe off with some of the mechs, and it's like, I will definitely have one of those by the middle of next year. If I have to save up for one, I'll put money away every week.
John's shop's still going in for like $45. It's like, I'm not saying anything, but 90%, the Little Red Diary might have one in.
Because I've seen about 7 different types, and I've kind of went down to 2 that I really want.
Yeah.
But they're between 160 to 200 quid. And then you can also get the pit crews as well.
Yeah. The problem with that, Baz, you can take it one step further, like Gundams. You can get display bases for them. You can get military compounds to put them in. You can make it literally like a future robot fortress. You can buy anything for the fortress in that section.
See, the good thing with those is that they're all customized.
Yeah.
So you could buy 2 or 3 if you've got the money right enough, and you can basically customize and make your own mech out of the pieces. But I know you can get like the pit crew thing. It's like you got a couple of different pilots, and you get like mechanics, blah blah blah. But there's also, I've seen on Amazon, is that you also get accessory packs for them, so you can put more guns on them, missiles, the lot. But I've kind of worked it out as if I was to get the mech plus the crew plus that, it's going to be at least 400 quid.
Yeah.
Just for, because it's 120 quid for 6 figures for the pack for a set of 6.
It's one of the things. It's only 20 quid a figure, which is not bad. But it's like you say earlier, well, beginning of the chat, is do you want to start something brand new and go all in for a new wave or new toys?
If I'm going to go for one of these mechs, it has to be the right one.
Yeah.
So I will be doing my research over the next few months. And if I am going to go for one, I want to make sure that the one that I pick is the one I want.
Yeah.
Because I only want one. I just want one just for the collection.
Yeah.
But you know yourself is that you buy one, you get it, and it's like, oh, I need to get another one, and then another one.
You can't put it down. You keep messing with it, you keep posing with it, put it on your shelf, put a little diecast short video. He's like, holy crap. Okay.
It's just like Mystic Legions. I really want to start the Mystic Legions, but that is quite a pricey line to go down, especially over here.
Yeah, basically, the 2 companies I've always been tempted to delve into, but for me, they don't fit in as much, but they do, is Mythic Legions or the 4 Horsemen.
Mm.
or Boss Fight Studios is another one. Boss Fight do the 3.5 inch, 4 inch figures, that sort of stuff. Like Andy's picked up the skeleton, fully articulated. He worked on G.I. Joe, everything. That the only company I know in the UK that does them, especially at toy fairs, it's ID Toys. And when you see them in person, you can take the back of the card off. They're amazing. The Four Horsemen company with, like I said, the Mythic
You
Legion.
talking about the Hiss
Yeah.
line?
Yeah.
Some of the figures in that line are amazing, man.
They've also done like Lucha Underground wrestling figures, that sort of stuff, with fully articulated different heads. I'll say the only company I know is ID Toys, and then the other one is say Four Horsemen. He's like Mythic Legions. He's like Travis, and a few people say when you jump on the bandwagon, you need to jump on the beginning. They only make so many of them because of a limited company. There's a few I've spotted in the past that I'd like.
It's the same with the Mystic Legions, man. I would go for like the He-Man inspired ones.
Yeah.
The Thundercat. I know there's a couple of Thundercat inspired ones as well, kind of thing. That's the only ones I would go for, but I think that like Mystic Legions, I think that might be a very bad decision to start, because looking what Travis has, man, that's mental.
Yeah.
You can start after that. I just want the one figure. You just want one figure to add to the collection. But before you know
what you could do with that series, Baz, is just go for the Hero Man orientated line, which at the moment there ain't that many for the line. If they only stop at that, it's only a short line to go for, and that's it. You walk away.
Then you see like the bigger ones, like the big ogres and all that, and it's like, oh, nah, I need one of those. Oh, I need this guy. Oh, I need the guy that looks like from Devilman. Oh, I need this one. I need this one. Oh, I need that one. I know the good thing with Mystic Legions is that you can buy one figure, and you can always get. There's certain companies out there that do the 3D prints of the heads and accessories and arms, so you can technically make your own character up.
Yeah,
that's a good thing. It's a customizable line.
Yeah. I remember watching one of Travis's again. Our friend Travis. He's in his own 4 chat guys called "My Wife Will Kill Me" podcast. Definitely 100% over 18 podcast, but a couple I've watched, even that, one of the guys I like, it's like He-Man. But they get the heads, the custom 3D heads, paint them all up, and they are absolutely amazing.
See, I used to like doing the Gundams when they first come out when I was younger. I've not bought a Gundam kit for years.
The only Gundams I've got, Baz, technically, is the 93 Gundam Wings, which is the action figure style. I know at the moment when I went last to America in 19, there was box set figures of them as well, like Unicron, that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
As for the model kits, I've probably got 8 or 10. They are amazing and pieces, they're unbelievable.
I mean, I used to do the model kits when I was in my 20s, man. They are good, but I've never built a Gundam kit for nearly 20 years. And
I think the closest thing to that you might have liked, honestly, is that Bandai tried a thing called sprue kits, which technically, once again, like Gundams, you snap off, you build the figure up, but they did them for Halo and that sort of stuff.
You talk about these guys?
Yeah.
This is probably the last bolder thing that I've ever done. Man, I've got like 3 Halo guys.
Yeah. Did they do Explosive Girl in there as well with a helmet or a railgun or something?
They've done quite a few because they've done Halo, they've done Marvel, they've done DC, they've done a few anime series as well.
Dragon Ball Z, Batman. Quite a few, innit?
But That's why I kind of like, I've started picking up the odd Lego set every so often.
Yeah.
Because years ago, I mean, I used to just love sit down and build stuff with Lego, and now it's starting to come back. But the more videos I see on Instagram and that with folk doing the Gundam stuff, it's kind of getting me interested again.
Yeah.
Because I want War Greymon.
Yes.
I've seen that Amazon selling that for 50 quid, and I'm tempted to get that in the next month or so. But
I'd say it's all towards the future, isn't it, Baz? You always look one step to the future. For example, you picked up a line, you showed a vehicle off that was like, that's quite nice and sexy. And it was, is that one of the computer games you picked it up the weekend? Is that one of your toy videos you just released?
Oh, you're talking about the Halo stuff?
Not Halo. It was Mega Constructs. It's Gears of War, was it? Or
the Gears of War thing that I picked up.
Yeah, it was like a vehicle. That's quite, something different and unique, isn't it?
Aye, that's the. I can't remember what the. It's years for I played Gears of War, but
6 wheels on each side, then it was a vehicle, wasn't it?
It's I can't remember the name. If Chris was still in the chat, he would be able to tell you what it was.
Yeah.
I know the because it was Meccano that actually made them.
Yeah.
Because I picked up about a month ago, I picked up some. I thought they were Mega Blocks. I thought Mega Blocks done.
Yeah.
Or Mega Constructs done, but no, it was actually Meccano actually got the line for Gears of War.
Yeah.
They've actually done like they've done a helicopter. They've done like a base.
Yes.
A base like diorama thing. They've done the tank. They've done the big ride on beast thing that the garage is. They've done that, and it's like, I mean, I wished I knew about this stuff a few years back, because I would have jumped on that.
I know for a fact is it home bargains?
I've been starting to pick bits and pieces up at boot sales that folk have got. But I have seen the helicopter. The helicopters, it's a big set for the helicopter. And
I think our home bargains got them in, if I can remember rightly, Bass.
They probably did, but it was probably back then. It's like I probably wasn't a thing. It's
one thing you look past. It's like anything. You can miss something back in the day that you could walk straight past, can't you?
Mm.
But nowadays, to find it or get hold of it, you say, "What's this from?" It's like, but you then find out it's 10 years old. It's like, what?
It's like I never knew that existed, kind of thing, until I found the wee figures, and I was like, oh, I've done my own research to try and find out where these Gears of War figures were for. So I says it can't be, even though they look like Mega Blocks, there was just something off about them.
Yeah.
And then I ended up finding that it was actually Meccano actually done a Gears of War line.
Well, officially, Meccano must be going at least 45 years then, Baz, because I know Meccano back in the day used to make the toys for the French.
Hmm.
The French had a license. The French Kenner license was Meccano in France. So, it's 45 years must be the company, isn't it? It's scary when it's like, must be 45 years, isn't it?
Oh, it has to
be. 45 this year's old. Meccano used to be the maker for Star Wars in France. Not Meccano, like, the metal bits, but yeah.
I mean, I mind having Meccano when I was younger, but the Meccano we had was like proper metal.
Yeah.
Not like the.
Yeah, but there's a Meccano toy company that, yeah.
I know it got reissued a few years back, but it's mostly plastic with the odd.
Yeah.
You've still got like the metal screws and all that, but there's not a lot of metal in it now. It's majority it's all plastic.
Yeah. But even that, it's like when I was watching, I said talking about scouting for toys on yesterday. We had Fan3O last week on it. That they did a Meccano special then, and some of the die-hard super collectors won't even touch reproductions. He looked absolutely amazing. But I said for the untrained naked eye, you know, was it touched? Yes, it was, and people won't touch it. Amazing piece though, but like you say, it's different preferences and that sort of stuff. He's like, another shout out to Peaky Harry's latest video. He had a big box full of Power Ranger 3D stuff.
That's from our. That's for Brian. That's from Ranger Forge. Man, his stuff. I've still got to order a few bits, but yeah. I'm just trying to get money together because it's going to be a big order. So I'm trying to I've been putting some money away every week just to get stuff. But he's doing like he's done the Lord Draken throne.
Yeah.
And I'm tempted to buy one of those for Skeletor.
Yeah.
But I've been talking to
him. The Lord said and Lord Draken. The original Lord Draken originally came out at Paramorphicon in 2018. A couple of the guys then took a cast off it and mould off it and selling it like 3D bits and pieces.
I think he's done the Lord Zed one, and he's also done the Astromander one, and he's also done the Lord Zed throne.
Yeah. Well, no, Lord Zed Super 7's next wave is coming out. It's Lord Zed's throne as well from Super 7.
Because, man, I've been talking to him about, like, I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, they're getting 3D or 3D weapons and this and that. But I've got something like my older He-Man stuff. I've got no weapons for them. And the weapons are dearer than what the figures cost me.
Yeah.
And what I've got. He's even going to... I've been talking about, like, body armor for some of them. And he's kind of working... He's going to... Once I've got pictures to show him, he's going to try and work and see if he can actually do like the armor for, because especially the armor for Jitsu, for the vintage Jitsu, and he's going to try and see what's the best material to film in, clip them together kind of thing, because the stuff that he uses new is it's too soft or too hard, so it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
I want to get a custom coin made as well.
With a bottle of Iron Brew in it?
Maybe.
Well, basically, there's a Steve Cardenas t-shirt on with the Andy wears 3 bottles of beer on. You can turn it slightly in with like 3 bottles of Iron Brew sticking out.
Because, man, it's like in the Discord, there's always an underground game with the Iron Brew Ranger.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And Brian's going to start doing helmets at some point next year. So I'm going to find out how much it's going to cost me. So I know it's not going to be a cheap piece. I mean, you're talking about £300-400 for a full helmet. But then if he's going to do it that way, then he might do some of the Star Wars stuff as well.
Yeah. Well, talking about Star Wars, they got some new helmets in Galaxy's Edge. And they're anything from $60 for a kid and $80 for an adult.
See, if I can find a place that can do like PVC helmets, like Stormtrooper helmets, I was actually going to make customize my own helmet.
Yeah.
So I've got my own battalion.
There's a future. So basically, then the future, Baz, with this special bonus you're getting, you're going to be getting the Lego Constructs Castle Grayskull's top of priority.
Hopefully.
A Joy Toy for in bed. I mean, Joy Toy for in bed. Not the mech. Okay, Joy Toy, mech, yes, for bed, yeah. And basically a load of 3D stuff. Is your top 3 items?
Well, it does like the custom. It does all the Ranger coins. It does a lot of custom coins as well.
Yeah.
I was going to get.
Now, a few people do like it comes to that bad, you got like Hendrick Vault and other people that do customs, which, to be perfectly honest, absolutely spot on. You know, perfectly honest, you can't. Some of them you can't make or can't get hold of. You technically need a special custom. So,
but it's like with him talking about like the Iron Brew Ranger, it's like, and with me being the only Scottish person in the Discord, it's a laugh that we have. It's like, oh, you should have your own coin, your own suit, your own helmet. And now that they keep talking about it, I really want to do it just for the shits and giggles.
So technically, where I created Dark Bear, that, you know, the costume, you want to create the Iron Brew Scotty Ranger
or the Iron Brew fucking Stormtrooper. But then I have been looking like on Amazon and eBay for like PVC, hard PVC helmets. But when you kind of look at them, it's like there's a couple that I've seen for about 30 or 40 quid. But I didn't really get off of eBay because I know folk have been tricked before. It's like they show the picture of what it is, and then when you get it, that's not what you've ordered, kind of thing.
Well, the other thing you can look into, Baz, is getting the 3D printed file of, or the foam cutouts of a helmet, which you can get the helmet, you know, online now, the 3D print or whatever, you know, the polystyrene bits and pieces. So gives me a couple of ideas for future. We're talking about the future again, Baz. Talking about the future. You know, we'll talk. I might mention to a couple of our friends that actually makes their own helmets, and I'll try and get them coming on as like their artwork and their customs are unbelievable. And I give people out there, especially cosplayers, that sort of stuff. We might do a cosplay special or something coming up soon if you want to do.
Oh, definitely. It'd be fun because even if I do just buy like a plain helmet, especially a Stormtrooper one or even a Mando one, it's always nice to know if you want to do it yourself, paint it yourself. You kind of need to know what you're doing. Yeah. I know like Rory's kind of helped me for like especially customizing my own figures. I've got a few figures I want to
custom. Like your is it Leonard Woody figures?
Sorry?
Leonard Woody figures?
That was an easy custom. That was just a head swap, but it's still one of my best. I have got another Woody figure, but this one's got like the better articulation. I've still got to paint the body. I need to strip it back down again and try and, even though it's red, I didn't really want it to be red. I want it to be a different color.
Yeah.
Just that these are the kind of things that you kind of just mess about with in your own time. But I don't know what made me do this. I was bored one day and I had random body parts. I think it was a lot that I got, and there was like some of the heads that looked like they'd been chewed off.
Yeah.
And I know these come off of like, it was Disney done like an egg line.
Yeah.
That you actually it was like an egg, but you transformed them into like a figure. And I got a couple for my nephew, Woody ones, but they broke over the thing because the plastic was really cheap and nasty. But I kept the heads.
Yeah.
I just randomly gone through my bits and bobs boxes and I come across the heads, and then the bodies that I had, I was like, I wonder if the neck joint will fit in the slots. Fair enough, the Woody one did.
There you go. Well, basically, Baz, you want to do next week a custom hour and a half special or custom figures then?
Probably could, because you've probably got more custom figures than what I do.
I've got one or two. Gives me a chance to find this certain custom out that I've more or less done more or less custom Power Ranger ones, but I've done vehicles, turtle figures, that sort of stuff. But I've got quite a few. So next week you're going to tune into a special custom, live stream, that sort of stuff. We'll do a custom live stream. I'll put a few feelers out to a few of our friends that I know does it as well. If anyone wants to come on next week to show customs off or anything, give Baz a shout. He'll send us the link. As for me,
well, there's one person that we could. I would love to get on, but I think the time difference is different. And there's Vern.
We'll just speak to him if we start at 10 o'clock, Baz.
He's on the free man and the monkey. Yeah. And I know he does a lot. He does a lot of customs, and his customs are amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. If you know any customs out there, just shout out. Something special, something different. Custom figure night, yeah. Next Thursday night, custom figure night.
I'm not too sure if he's like 5 hours behind us or if he's 8 hours. I think the time distance is slightly different.
Well, works on
always mention it in the. You could always mention it to him.
Yeah.
If he's free one night, because if you check out his, I can't remember what is it something studio? If I can find it, I'll put it in the link. I'll put it in the description. But
there you go, Baz. Next week, do a special custom episode live stream.
All right. Are you going to be You're going to be painting on it then?
No.
You're going to be showing it. You're going to be showing us your nice custom, your nice.
I've got a few Power Range customs that's not been done. I've got a few turtle figures that's never been shown off. I think I've got a few Transformers and a few bits, yeah.
Oh, nice.
But no, looking forward to it. So there you go, Baz.
That's next Thursday. Sort of do it then. We didn't have to talk about that during the week.
No, you can have a week off, Baz.
No, aye.
But no, thanks for everyone for joining us tonight for this hour and a half Baz and Dave ramble chat. Thanks for Lobot, El Tende, Comedian, Peaky Arrow, always a special.
And also G-Force and Ronaldo. With the Vadertron popped in as well.
Good luck, everyone, for toy hunting the weekend. Don't forget to check Baz's 2 latest little videos out if you get a chance. I'm always putting up videos every single day. So, every day I'll be still sticking one up. I'll say the red folder is coming.
It's a new thing I'm going to start. Is like once a month is like everything that I've picked up within that month. I'm going to do a video at the end of the month. I know this one was a little bit late, but just last week I had my nephew last week because my sister was away, so I never really had a chance to kind of do a video when he's about. He likes to help, but he's more a hindrance than a help.
We need to get him on one of these days, Baz. And your brother. I ain't seen your brother in the chat for ages. We want the Bazza brother. We want the Bazza brother. Yeah.
But
thanks again for Bazza for amazing Thursday night chat again. Thanks for everyone for joining in and bits. So yeah, next week's special custom night.
Cheers, G-Force. Just wait till next week. Next week's going to be an interesting one then if we're talking about custom stuff.
If G-Force wants to come on, give us a shout out. We'll stick you on in bits, We will start a bit later for the American guys if they want to come on. We'd fit anyone in.
See, I think with G-Force, I think he works on a Thursday sometimes, So well, it's because it's a good community that we've all got. There is a few guys that would love to try and get on, but especially when it comes to the American side of the family, if you want to do anything, it's harder because it's the time difference all different. Each state's different. could be 5 hours behind us, 8 hours behind us. So let's try to get. But we'll get everybody.
We could start this at 12 o'clock, mate. You know, Baz has got the dreaded work after it. You know,
I usually get home around 4 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, we can work around that.
Watch, just let us ken.
Yeah. I said the old Ken dude was from Chicago area. We worked around his for an hour special with it and bits. He had his Punisher and bits a couple of weeks ago. That was, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Tyndall. We need to get him back on again. I enjoyed that chat.
Working on it, Baz, don't worry. So, but no, thanks everyone for the chat. Thanks for being amazing. If you want to subscribe to that guy over there, it's up to you. You know, I ain't too fussed. As for me, Dave World Toys on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.
That's all right, man. I'm on basically everything that you're on, but it's all different username, so that's what's confusing everybody.
It's all in the description below or Baz's bio. Always check the bios or descriptions of people and bits and pieces.
I really need to change some of the names and try and keep them all the same, so it's the know exactly is like when you're talking about.
I am Brew Ranger to the rescue.
Oh, Denny. They talk about I am Brew Ranger again.
We'll bring the Iron Barrette next week as well.
We talk about that. The more I want to do it.
So, anyway, thanks again, Mr. Bazza.
That's no problem. And like we say, thanks to the guys in the chat that's come on. They always appreciate it.
Good luck. Don't forget to spread the word, share, and like the video. Subscribe to Mr. Darklycan81 with his horsey, and enjoy the rest of your week, guys.
Everybody have a happy toy hunt this weekend. Bye from now.